Yesterday was the worst day on the market in 30 years. The stock market, a 13% drop for the Dow, and Boeing crashed about 24% yesterday. It's at 19% down today. Overall, stocks are up a tick, but Boeing has lost more than half of its value this year, the worst of any company on the Dow. So now Boeing is asking for $50 billion with a B in interest-free loans from the federal government, according to CNBC. The impact from the coronavirus outbreak hitting the entire airline industry so hard as business travel and leisure travel is coming to basically a halt globally. And for Boeing, it's compounded by the fact that their biggest moneymaker is the 737 MAX, and that has been grounded for more than a year.
Imagine being stuck on a plane with someone who may have been exposed to coronavirus. That's what happened to dozens of people on board a Delta Airlines jet that landed at SeaTac early this morning after being delayed for several hours. King 5's Callie Greenberg is at SeaTac this morning with what happened.
The flight landed here at SeaTac around 1 this morning, but that was after it was grounded at JFK Airport in New York for several hours. What Delta is saying that they're learning is that a passenger, a customer on the plane, alerted a staffer that they had learned that they may have been exposed to coronavirus. It was from there that the airline took action. What they did is they consulted the airline's aviation medical consultants, who recommended that the customer be evaluated. Delta says the plane was brought back to the gate. It was cleaned, but it did depart for Seattle eventually. It actually left about 4 hours later than scheduled. Now, the airline did not say if the passenger in question was on board, but New York Daily News is reporting that passenger had underlying health issues and was actually taken to a New York hospital for evaluation. Now, Delta is saying it's following the CDC guidelines and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. They say viruses and germs typically don't spread easily on planes through the air because of the circulation system and how it is filtered on airplanes. However, those viruses, they can stick to surfaces. Again, that plane was clean before it was taken off and landed here at SeaTac. One last thing, the Port of Seattle, they plan to give an update this morning on the steps that the airport is taking to keep the public safe while traveling through SeaTac. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Callie. 8:03. So Washington State still has the most number of confirmed cases in our country.
Yeah, but almost 93% who have been tested negative. So let's take a look at some of the numbers this morning. Health officials have confirmed a total of 904 cases. 48 people have lost their lives. And the governor warned as testing becomes more available, the number of cases will increase dramatically. But so far, we know that more than 11,000 people have tested negative in our state.
Well, from coast to coast, the message now is stay home. San Francisco has been placed entirely on lockdown for 3 weeks. Governor Inslee yesterday signing that emergency declaration to shut down bars, restaurants, and many other businesses to help slow the pandemic. Kira Elfallen joining us from Queen Anne Hill in Seattle.
Yeah, so pharmacies like this 24-hour Bartell's in Queen Anne still open at this time. So all the essentials, grocery stores as well, gas stations, convenience stores. But with social distancing going on right now, it might be hard to follow what is still allowed and what is not allowed. So social distancing has actually had a pretty huge impact on local businesses. Some have had to close down for good. Others have had to change the way they operate. Food and beverage businesses have had to move from in-house seating and dining to takeout, delivery, and drive-through only. So here's a list of what is and is not allowed. Gatherings with 50 people or more, like fundraisers, festivals, and conventions, are banned. Gyms, barbershops, nail salons, movie theaters, all not allowed. Grocery stores, pharmacies, hiking trails, and hotels are still open. And of course, when it comes to childcare and daycare, those are still operating right now. And with those K through 12 school closures, they're still providing meals to students at meal sites. So that's still happening right now. But if you want that full list again, if that went by too fast on your screen, I did post it on my Facebook page. Just look for me on Facebook by searching at Kiara Elfallen TV. From Queen Anne, I'm Kiara Elfallen, King 5 News.
Canada's border is now closed to people who are not Canadian citizens or permanent residents. There are some exceptions, and Americans are part of that.
This measure will carve out some designated exceptions, including for air crews, diplomats, immediate family members of Canadian citizens, and, at this time, U.S. citizens.
Canada is also restricting international arrivals to 4 airports. Airlines will be required to prevent passengers from boarding if they show symptoms of coronavirus. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is in his 4th day of self-isolation now. His wife Sophie tested positive for coronavirus last week.
The Puyallup, Suquamish, and Tulalip tribes are shutting down their casino operations for at least 2 weeks. All 3 say they will continue to pay their employees during the closure. Tribes across Washington state have already canceled large events like concerts and poker tournaments.
Well, the SATs scheduled for May 2nd are now canceled. The College Board, which administers the college entrance exams, also canceled March 14th makeup exams that were supposed to take place on March 28th. So registered students will receive refunds and new dates will be made available.
Gun shops across the country are seeing a spike in sales. Forbes reports that background checks for gun purchases are up 36% compared to this time last year. The Los Angeles Times reports that gun sales are especially high in the states hit hardest by the coronavirus. As you might expect, that's California, New York, and Washington. Ammo.com is an online retailer of ammunition, and it says that its sales are up 70% over the last few weeks.
All right, so we want to know how the coronavirus is impacting you right now. If you're a business, maybe you're an employee, just send us your coronavirus questions. You can record a video, leave a voicemail, or write to us. You can email factsnotfear@king5.com, or you can also call the number on your screen. That's 425-341-3773.